Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am back with another tier list video. This time, it's a tier list on bad dinosaur movies. I'm talking about the worst of the worst. I'm talking either laughably bad or so bad I want to send a meteorite on it and make it go extinct. Now, if you find yourself enjoying this video and want to see more, let me know in the comments down below and be sure to leave a like on this video. It will really help out a ton. Now with this tier list, since these movies are all considered bad, here's how the ranking is going to work. S is going to mean that it's not bad at all. A and B means it's not too bad. C means it's okay. D means it's pretty bad. And F means it's just utter garbage. So yeah, we've got movies that everyone can agree are bad, and movies that I find bad in my personal opinion. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the tier list. Let's just get this one over with. Barney's Great Adventure. I'm gonna say D tier. It's pretty bad, I'll tell you that much. Barney the dinosaur is just one of those characters that you either love or hate. And in this case, we kind of hate him. Because the movie itself, there's like no actual conflict. The only conflict is Barney and the kids are trying to get an egg back. Like this rainbow egg back. There's no like bad guys or anything trying to, make money off of the egg or anything. No, it's just Barney and the kids running around trying to find the egg, and there's really no story to it, so that's why it's in D tier. Up next we have the Carnosaur Trilogy. Now I remember watching Carnosaur when I was a little kid, and the only reason it exists is because it's trying to cash in on Jurassic Park's success. I'm gonna say C tier. It's bad, but it's entertainably bad. And I'm talking about the entire trilogy here, not just this movie, Carnosaur. But yeah, fun fact about Carnosaur. You know how Laura Dern plays Dr. Sattler in Jurassic Park? Well, her mother, Diane Ladd, is in Carnosaur. Yeah, that's right. Like mother, like daughter, right? Dinosaur movies. But yeah, that's something. But anyway, moving on to the next one. Up next, we have Dino King, aka Speckles the Tarbosaurus. I'm gonna also put this one in C tier because the dinosaur designs aren't terrible, and the story isn't really that bad either. It's just the acting from the narrator, aka the guy that's telling the story. The voice, the kid voice and the adult voice is just so cringe. But saying that, the story isn't half bad. I legitimately feel sorry for Speckles the Tarbosaurus. He's just an innocent Tarbosaurus trying to live his life. And then there's this T-Rex called One-Eye who always tries to ruin it, And nothing goes in his favor. He loses his mother and his siblings to One-Eye when he's a kid. And when he gets older, he loses his wife and 2 of his 3 kids. That's pretty dark and pretty harsh. And that right there is the reason why Dino King isn't lower on the list. But the reason it isn't higher on the list is because of the cringe narration. Simple as that. Moving on to the sequel to Dino King 2, Journey to Fire Mountain. F tier. It's very bad. The story makes no sense. The acting in this movie is even worse than the last. And there's this monster in there that wouldn't even exist in a dinosaur universe. It looks more like a dragon / rock golem / whatever. And I don't know, it's just a terrible movie with bad acting, bad designs, bad characters. Yeah, it's just one of the worst. Moving on to Dinosaur Island. Also F tier. It's just a very bad movie. Again, very bad acting. The dinosaurs don't look terrible in this. They actually look pretty good, especially the feathered Rex. But the acting is just terrible. I'm sorry. The movie overall is just terrible. Up next, we have Disney's Dinosaur. I'm gonna say this movie's S tier because I don't think it's a bad movie at all. I actually think it's a underrated gem. It tells the story of an iguanodon named Aladar who goes on an adventure with his lemur family after their island basically gets destroyed by meteors, and they basically have to live in harsh territory in deserts with other dinosaurs trying to look for water. And there's this barbaric dinosaur named Crone and his sister Nera, who Aladar falls in love with. It's actually a very heartwarming story. Aladar is a very genuine protagonist. He cares about the herd and his friends and family and will do anything to protect them. We need more protagonists like this, and that is why Disney's Dinosaur is going in S tier. Up next, we have Jurassic Park 3. I'm gonna say B tier. It's not terrible. I mean, for a Jurassic film, it's pretty terrible, but as a dinosaur movie overall, it's actually not that bad. The Spinosaurus, when it's not killing T-Rexes, is actually a very terrifying creature. Its roar absolutely terrifies me. I still have nightmares about the Spinosaurus to this day. That's how terrifying this thing is. The Indominus Rex I kind of found generic and boring, but the Spinosaurus is basically the best part of Jurassic Park 3 in my opinion. You know, it's overall, it's not a bad dinosaur movie, it's a bad Jurassic movie. When Joe Johnston made this movie, I think he understood it was bad. So, notice the movie was only an hour and a half instead of 2 hours like the other movies were. But yeah, Jurassic Park 3 isn't really a bad dinosaur movie. It's a bad Jurassic movie, but not a bad dinosaur movie. Up next, we have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yes, this movie is pretty bad. How bad? C tier. The movie was just boring and was trying its hardest to be epic like the first movie. But what made the first movie so epic was like the visuals and I guess the action and the dinosaurs itself. And there are some very annoying, obnoxious characters in this sequel. I feel like it was trying way too hard to be like Jurassic World. And yeah, that I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did Jurassic World. I just hope when Dominion comes out, it's a huge improvement from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Up next, we have Pterodactyl. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's in D tier, because the CGI in that movie was terrible. Well, it was a sci-fi movie. What did you expect? But yeah, I don't know. The pterodactyls weren't really that scary. They were more ugly than terrifying, you know? And just, I don't know. They weren't really that terrifying of villains. I don't know. And the movie was kind of confusing with the human characters and all that stuff. But yeah, that's why I think this movie's bad. Raptor Island. This movie is bad, but it's laughably bad. I'm gonna go with B tier. I remember seeing this movie when I was a kid, and I just enjoyed how bad this movie was. You know, basically Raptor Island is about this group of military agents who are trying to rescue this woman from terrorists on an island. And this island is filled with, what else? Raptors. Oh, and there's also a Carnotaurus in there somewhere, and you know. The movie itself is actually very entertaining. I was very entertained by how bad this movie was. You know, it was laughably bad. Moving on to the Dinosaur Experiment, aka Raptor Ranch. Even though raptors aren't the main antagonists in this movie, I'm gonna go ahead and say D tier. I don't know. It's one of those movies that's just, I don't know. I mean, a T-Rex losing to a Megalosaurus? It doesn't really sit well with me. The Megalosaurus was only like, what, a quarter of the size of the T-Rex or something? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's why it's in D tier. It's pretty bad. Up next, we have the Dinosaur Project. This is basically a found footage film of a group of people on an island filled with dinosaurs. F tier. The movie was very confusing. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I guess there was this kid who snuck aboard a plane as a stowaway that his dad was on, and they were trying to find this island filled with dinosaurs. And the dinosaurs in this movie look terrible. I mean terrible in this movie. Like, they didn't even look like real dinosaurs. They kind of looked like abominations, something you would see in Monster Hunter. Hell, not even Monster Hunter would have creatures like that. But yeah, that's why this movie goes in F tier. Up next, we have The Good Dinosaur, made by Disney Pixar. I'm gonna say B tier. It's not a terrible movie, but it's not a great movie either. As a dinosaur fan, I didn't really enjoy this movie that much. It's better than other bad dinosaur movies I've seen, and like, I don't know. And like, Arlo's father's death scene is basically a ripoff of The Land Before Time with Littlefoot's mother's death. You know, or basically any Disney movie involving a dead parent. What is it with Disney and parents? You know, they try to kill off one of the main protagonist's parents. They did it with Bambi's mom, they did it with Mufasa, and now they did it with Arlo's dad. Like, what's up with that? It really agitates me. But saying that, The Good Dinosaur isn't a terrible movie, and for a Pixar movie, as always, it's very stunning, because Pixar animated films are just beautiful. They're beautiful to look at, that's all I'm saying. Theodore Rex. Where do I put you? F tier. I say F tier because, I don't know. Whoopi Goldberg and a dinosaur, the combination that nobody wanted, but we got anyway. Now, if I wanted to watch a dinosaur puppet, I would watch Dinosaurs, the TV show. I don't know, man. And the plot makes no sense. Right? The plot makes no sense. So that's why Theodore Rex is in F tier. Walking with Dinosaurs. Not the documentary, the 2013 movie with Justin Long. D tier. The movie was just terrible. The voice acting was awful. The dinosaur designs actually look great, and they're probably the best part of the movie. Like, the live-action backgrounds and the CGI dinosaurs are actually beautiful. I feel like this would have been a much better movie, and it would have been much higher on the tier list if it weren't for the fact that it had bad acting. That's why Walking with Dinosaurs is in D tier. And last but not least, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story. I don't know. This movie was kinda, I guess I'll say B tier. It wasn't a terrible movie, but it wasn't a great movie either. I don't know, like, the acting was pretty good, especially from John Goodman's Rex and Screw-Eye, Professor Screw-Eye, who was played by Kenneth Mars, who played Grandpa Longneck in the Land Before Time sequels. There were some genuine funny moments, like the scene when the clown basically quits. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a great movie either. But yeah, that's my tier list for the bad dinosaur movies. We've got Disney's Dinosaur in S tier, Nothing in A tier, Jurassic Park 3, Raptor Island, The Good Dinosaur, and We're Back, A Dinosaur Story in B tier, the Carnosaur Trilogy, Dino King, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom in C tier, Barney's Great Adventure, Pterodactyl, The Dinosaur Experiment, and Walking with Dinosaurs in D tier, and Dino King 2, Dinosaur Island, The Dinosaur Project, and Theodore Rex all in F tier. Now, if there are certain movies that you don't agree with, let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what ranking you would put them in. But yeah, that's my tier list. That's going to have to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. It would really help out a ton, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. So long!